As Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Ben Shapiro ride through the streets of New York City towards Trump Tower, the three of them settle in for the journey.
Man, I never thought we'd be going to Trump Tower. What's the name of our group again, Ben?
Actually, we don't yet have a name for the group since you three are still new to D&D. Maybe later on we can come up with one.
Can't believe Trump actually reserved the top floor of Trump Tower for this. Private room and all. It's going to be something.
I hope they have chocolate chip ice cream at least. That's my go-to fuel for these long sessions. And maybe a pot of coffee to go with also.
I heard from Donald that he's having his chefs whip up some stuff. He called it the best food for the best campaign ever. But hey, we can't forget why we're doing this. This will be the 5th session, guys, possibly the last to end Chapter 1. The stakes are high. Have you had a chance to level up your characters?
I leveled up my paladin. Took that oath of vengeance. Seems fitting with our current party dynamics.
Yeah, I noticed that. You're really leaning into it. It's all about making strategic decisions, you know? Trump's wizard leveled up and got a new fireball spell lined up. You guys gonna need it for whatever I have planned in the session.
I still don't fully get all this leveling up business. My characters. What was it, a ranger?
Yeah, Joe, you're a ranger. We'll get you through it. Just focus on shooting arrows and not tripping over yourself.
We should have seen this coming years ago. The nation's leaders hanging out together, rolling dice in a tower like a bunch of kids.
Well, I like it. It's a good break from the madness. Oh, wait, I have a notification on my phone. Looks like I received a voice message from Donald. I'll put on speaker.
It's going to be huge, guys. I have the secret room at the top, best room for D&D, best food, best views of New York City. The code to get in is Magic Mega. All caps, no space. Can't wait to see what Ben has planned for tonight's session. I've got a surprise. Surprise. See you soon.
Secret code, huh? This just keeps getting better.
Can't wait to see what he has up there. This might be the most extravagant D&D session yet.
Well, here we are, fellas. You think Trump's really got something wild planned up there?
Knowing him, it'll be over the top. But I'm more concerned about what Ben's got planned for us as the Dungeon Master.
Oh, don't worry, Barack. I've got some twists ready. This campaign's just getting started. I hope you all are prepared for a real challenge tonight.
Oh, wow. Look at these polished marble floors and golden accents, and especially that waterfall. Trump's influence is everywhere, from the decor to the staff.
So where we go now? Oh, wait, someone's approaching us.
Good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Trump is expecting you. Right this way to the private elevator.
This elevator's something else. Feels like we're heading up to some secret base, huh?
Well, you're not far off. Think of it like entering a dungeon, though one of Trump's design.
You better hope his surprise isn't just him bragging about his real estate empire for 3 hours.
And here we are, gentlemen. The room is at the end of the hallway.
Thank you for the escort. Here, this is for you.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your stay at Trump Tower.
You think Trump's going to make this all about him again?
Oh, you know what, Joe. But let's just hope he's not the final boss of tonight's session.
Well, as the Dungeon Master, I can neither confirm nor deny, but trust me, there are bigger surprises waiting for you tonight.
All right, here's the door with the keypad. Let me check my phone. Okay, Magic, MAGA, all caps, no space.
Oh, wow. It clicked, and the door opens automatically. Oh, my.
The group is greeted by a jaw-dropping sight. Gold and silver chandeliers hang from the ceiling. And in the center of the room, a massive table is decked out with a variety of decorations. Giant dice-shaped balloons float in the air, each one showing a different number. Framed posters of dragons and dungeons and figurines line the walls, creating a surprisingly immersive atmosphere. But what really catches their eyes is the spread of food on the counter. Platters of McDonald's Big Macs and golden fries are neatly displayed alongside containers of dipping sauces. There's a giant tub of chocolate chip ice cream with Biden's name on it. And next to that, an array of drinks, from soda to sparkling water. It's a mix of indulgent fast food and comfort snacks, perfectly in tune with the laid-back vibe for their D&D session.
Well, I'll be damned. Trump really knows how to set the mood. And is that McDonald's? And chocolate chip ice cream? Oh my God, I'm in heaven.
Of course it's McDonald's. He even worked there that one day serving fries. I bet he thought it'd be iconic or something.
You know, I've DM'd for a lot of groups, but I've never seen anything like this.
They then notice Trump seated on one of the plush couches, a remote in hand, watching the latest poll numbers flash across the TV. He's clearly pleased, with a self-satisfied grin on his face. The screen shows him with a lead in the latest poll, and Trump gestures to the TV as they walk in.
Can you believe this, guys? Huge lead in the polls. Everyone's talking about it. Tremendous. But enough about that. How about this room? Isn't it amazing?
Donald, it's definitely something.
I'm just here for the fries and the ice cream. Good thing I skipped breakfast.
Look at this setup. The best food, the best location, and let's be honest, the best D&D group in the world. You're not going to get an experience like this anywhere else, believe me.
Well, I have to admit, Trump, you've outdone yourself with the venue. Now let's see if you're ready for what's coming next in the session.
Oh, I'm ready. My wizard's going to crush everything. Best character you'll see. But first, guys, let's eat. I'm hungry. Can't let those burgers get cold.
Thanks for the food, Don.
Hey, Joe, can you pass me a burger along with some fries and a Dr. Pepper? I'm setting up the table here.
Yeah, sure thing, Ben.
As they settle in, Biden grabs a burger. Obama takes a seat near the window to admire the breathtaking view of the city, and Shapiro begins setting up the game. The laughter and the banter are already in full swing.
Oh my God, I'm stuffed. Those Big Macs are lit.
That was the best ice cream I've had, Don.
No problem, Joe. Hey, want to watch something on Netflix?
Oh, hell yeah. I wonder if season 2 of Squid Game The Challenge is out.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ, Don. Aren't you forgetting about our D&D session?
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Ben. It's just that after a meal like that, we get settled down and want to watch something.
It's all good, Donald. Okay, guys, I'll give you a moment to sit at your spots at the table. All right, gentlemen, ready to begin?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's do a quick recap from last session. After defeating the dragon, you explored the dragon's lair and found a chest that contained another crystal that's similar to the one you have. After further inspection, you realized that there are more to collect to keep the ancient evil seal intact. You returned to the city and spoke with the mayor. The mayor tells you of an ancient library deep in the forest that may contain the answers to who the Ancient Order are. You traveled to the ancient library. After dispelling traps and defeating a giant stone golem, you find to what appeared to be a keystone. After looking through the library, you learned that the keystones, when all gathered together, are key to keep the seal from being broken. You also learned of the location of the next keystone in the mountains up north. With the help of a fellow adventurer, you reached a fortress. In it contains the next keystone, and there, an elemental guardian stands before you.
Wow, Ben, that was a long recap.
Oh, whoops, my bad, Donald.
Hey, Joe, Sleepy Joe, wake up.
Wait, is the session over already? Okay, guys, it's been an honor playing with you.
Oh my God, Joe, we haven't started it yet. That tub of chocolate chip ice cream gave you a sugar crash. Look, here you go, Joe. A tub of coffee with your name on it.
That will help. Thanks, Don.
Well, anyways, the elemental guardian looms before you, its body swirling with storm clouds and jagged ice. Lightning crackles around its form, and the air grows cold and tense as it prepares to strike. The keystone floats just behind it, shimmering with power. Okay, everyone, roll for initiative.
All right, here I go. Oh, let's go. I got a 19. I'm always going first.
I got a 14.
I got a 10. Guess I'm bringing up the rear again.
The elemental guardian rumbles as it raises one massive arm, preparing to attack. Donald, you're up first. What do you do?
I'm casting Fireball. Let's melt this bitch down, storm or no storm.
According to my roll, your fireball streaks through the air, exploding against the guardian's chest. The fire seems to burn away some of the storm and ice, but not as much as you'd hope. This thing's resistant to fire. The guardian stumbles back slightly, but roars in fury, lightning arcing from its body.
Resistant? That's fake news. I'll hit it harder next time.
All right, I'm going for a strategic strike. I'm casting Thunderous Smite on my weapon to give my attack some extra force, then I'm charging in to hit its core.
I roll. According to it, you rush forward, your sword crackling with thunderous energy. Your strike connects with the guardian's chest, and the thunderclap from the smite echoes through the hall, shattering part of the ice and storm around its core. The guardian staggers, clearly feeling the impact.
Nice hit, Barack. I'm going for the legs with my bow. Maybe if we can weaken its mobility, we'll have an easier time.
According to my roll, your arrow flies through the air, hitting the elemental's leg with precision. The arrow pierces through the swirling storm and into the icy structure beneath. The guardian's movement becomes slightly slower, but it's still very much in the fight.
It's my turn again. I'm not wasting time with fire. I'll use magic missile this time. Direct hits, no resistance.
I roll. And according to it, 3 glowing missiles streak from your hands, hitting the guardian squarely in the chest, shoulder, and leg. The force of the impact cracks more of its icy form, but the storm surrounding it flares up in response. Lightning arcs out from the guardian, striking at all of you. Okay, guys, roll your dexterity saving throws.
I roll. Nice, I got an 18.
I got 15.
Oh, what a 12. What's going on? This game is rigged?
Brock and Joe managed to dodge most of the lightning, taking only minor damage, but Donald, you're hit directly. You take 15 points of lightning damage as the energy surges through you.
I'll be fine, just a scratch.
We've got it on the ropes. I'm moving in for another strike, but this time I'll aim for the core again. Maybe we can shatter it from the inside.
I roll. According to it, you swing your sword again, and this time your blade slices through the icy barrier around the guardian's chest. The storm surges as you hit its core directly, and the elemental roars in pain, its form flickering and shaking violently. The keystone behind it pulses, as if reacting to the weakening guardian.
All right, I'll also go for a shot at its core. I'm aiming right at the spot Barack just hit.
I roll. According to it, your arrow flies true, hitting the Guardian's exposed core. The elemental shudders as cracks spread through its body, and its storm begins to falter, but it's still standing, barely holding itself together.
I'm finishing this. I cast Scorching Ray. Let's burn this thing out.
I roll. According to it, 3 rays of fire shoot from your hands, striking the elemental in quick succession. The fire doesn't do as much damage as you hoped, but it's enough. The elemental's core cracks one final time, and with a deafening roar, it collapses into a pile of ice and dissipating storm clouds. The air clears, and the keystone floats gently to the ground.
Well, that's it. Good work, everyone.
Phew, I thought that thing was going to zap us for good, but we've got the keystone. Let's grab it and get out of here before anything else shows up.
I told you we'd win. I'll take the keystone.
As Donald picks up the second keystone, the storm outside the fortress begins to die down. The howling wind fades, and the sky clears, revealing the snowy peaks of the northern mountains. The keystone hums with power, resonating with the first one you already collected.
Now we have 2 keystones, but the scroll said we'd need all of them to stop the greater evil. Let's check the map again. What's our next destination?
Looks like the next keystone is in the desert, hidden in an ancient temple. This one's guarded by something fiery from what the scroll says. It's going to be hot, and the challenges are only going to get tougher.
Oh, fire, you say? Perfect. I'll handle that one. Let's go.
With the second keystone in hand and the storm behind you, you begin your journey south toward the desert temple. The mountains give way to barren, sun-scorched plains as you travel. Days pass, and soon the heat becomes oppressive, the sun beating down relentlessly. After another long day of travel, you spot the outline of the temple in the distance, half buried in the sands, with flames flickering from the entrance.
We should rest before we enter the temple. We're going to need all our strength to face whatever's inside. Plus, we need to figure out if there's a way to deal with this fire guardian before we're running blind.
I agree. Oh boy, this heat is intense. We're going to need more than just brute force to get through this one. And I definitely won't be eating ice cream in a place like this.
Brute force worked fine so far. But fine, we'll rest. Then we go in, and I'll take care of the fire guardian.
You set up camp near the temple, resting under the stars as the desert winds cool the air. The keystones pulse faintly in your pack, their energy growing stronger with each new addition. Tomorrow, you'll face the fiery temple and its guardian. But for now, you gather your strength and prepare for the challenges ahead. With the second keystone secured, the party now faces their next challenge in the fiery desert temple. The guardians grow stronger, but so do the bonds between the heroes as they prepare for what's to come. The sun rises over the desert, casting long shadows on the sands as the party wakes, ready to face the next challenge. The fiery temple stands in the distance, flames flickering ominously from the entrance. The air is already hot, and the heat will only grow more intense as you get closer. Now then, what's your plan as you approach the temple?
We faced a storm guardian and an ice golem, so I'm guessing this fire guardian will be tougher. Let's be smart about this. We need a way to deal with the heat and fire magic. Joe, can you scout ahead and see if there's anything unusual around the entrance?
I'm on it. I'll check for traps or anything that looks suspicious. Something tells me we're not just walking into another puzzle this time.
I don't need to scout. I'm ready for the fire guardian. Fire won't work on it, so I'm preparing my best spells. Let's get in there and take it down.
Okay, Joe. Roll the die for perception as you approach the temple entrance.
I roll. And what? I got 19 knives. What do I see?
You spot scorch marks all around the entrance, as if something or someone has been burned by the flames. The door itself is covered in ancient symbols, glowing faintly with fire magic. As you get closer, you notice that the heat isn't just coming from the flames at the entrance. There's an oppressive magical heat radiating from deep within the temple, almost as if the entire structure is alive with fire.
We've got a problem. The heat coming from this place isn't natural. It's magical. Whatever's in there is going to be a lot tougher than what we've faced before. I suggest we figure out how to cool things down before we go charging in.
Agreed. I'll use protection from energy on all of us, focusing on fire resistance. That should help us deal with some of the magical heat. We need to be careful in there. This could be a trap or a test.
Protection from fire, fine. But I'm still blasting whatever's in there. Won't stand a chance.
You cast protection from energy, and each of you feels a faint cooling sensation as the magic takes effect, shielding you from the worst of the heat. As you approach the temple entrance, the flames part, allowing you to step inside. The interior is sweltering, and the walls glow with fiery runes. Deep within the temple, you can hear the crackling of flames and a deep rhythmic thrum, like the heartbeat of something ancient and powerful.
I don't like the sound of that. This place feels like it's alive.
Let's stay focused. We need to find the keystone and avoid triggering any traps or waking up whatever's guarding it. Joe, keep your eyes open for anything out of place.
I'll head toward the noise. That's where the keystone will be, and I'm ready for whatever's waiting.
You move deeper into the temple, following the sound of the flames. The heat grows more intense with each step, but your protective spells hold, keeping you safe. Eventually, you enter a massive chamber. In the center of the room, floating above a pool of molten lava, is the third keystone, glowing with fiery energy. But standing between you and the keystone is the fire guardian, a towering figure made of molten rock and flame. Its eyes burn with intensity as it turns to face you. Roll for initiative.
Where the hell's my die? Joe, that's not a jelly bean. Oh, God. Okay, wiping with my napkin, and I roll Wait, what? An 18? Joe, you're lucky. Looks like I'm going first again.
Oh, goodness gracious, Joe. I got a 15.
There's my jelly bean, a 13. And last once again.
The Fire Guardian roars, sending waves of heat throughout the chamber. The molten lava surrounding the keystone bubbles violently, and flames flicker across the walls. Donald, you're up first. What do you do?
Fire won't work on this thing, so I'm going with lightning bolt straight at its chest. Let's see how it likes that.
I roll, and according to it, your lightning bolt arcs across the chamber, striking the Fire Guardian in the chest. The lightning seems to disrupt the flames for a moment, and the Guardian lets out a low growl as sparks dance across its molten body. It's hurt, but it's still standing strong.
Good start, Donald. I'll cast Bless on all of us to boost our attacks and then move in for a melee strike. I'm using Divine Smite to enhance my attack.
I roll. You charge forward, sword glowing with divine energy. Your strike hits the Fire Guardian's arm, and the Divine Smite sends a shockwave of radiant energy through its body. The flames flicker, and the molten rock cracks slightly. The Guardian seems to be slowing down, but it's far from defeated.
Nice. I'll aim for his joints with my bow. If we can slow it down even more, we'll have a better shot at getting the keystone.
I roll. And according to it, Joe's arrow flies through the air, hitting the Fire Guardian at the joint where its arm meets its body. The arrow embeds itself in the molten rock, and the Guardian's movements become slower and more deliberate. You've weakened it, but it's still dangerous.
Hokind to hit it again. I'm casting Magic Missile, 3 direct hits to finish it off.
I roll. And according to it, your magic missiles strike the Fire Guardian in quick succession, each one hitting a vulnerable spot on its body. The Guardian roars in pain, and cracks begin to spread across its molten surface. But instead of collapsing, the Guardian raises both arms and slams them into the ground, sending a shockwave of molten lava toward you. Okay, guys, roll for your dexterity saving throws.
I roll. I got a 17.
I got 14 here.
What the hell, at 12? These rolls are just bonkers.
Barack and Joe, you both manage to leap out of the way of the molten wave, taking only minor heat damage. But Donald, you're caught in the full blast. You take 20 points of fire damage as the lava burns through your protection spell, leaving you scorched but still standing.
This thing's tough, but I'm tougher. I'm hitting it with everything I've got. I cast Scorching Ray.
I roll. According to it, your Scorching Ray strikes the Fire Guardian, but the flames seem to absorb most of the damage. The Guardian roars and prepares to attack again, but you can tell it's on its last legs.
We're almost there. I'm going for another melee strike with Divine Smite to finish it off.
I roll, and according to it, your sword glows with divine power as you strike the Fire Guardian again, this time directly in its molten chest. The radiant energy surges through the Guardian's body, and with one final roar, it shatters into pieces of molten rock and dissipates in a burst of flames. The keystone, now unguarded, floats above the pool of lava.
Damn, that was intense. But we've got the keystone. Let's grab it and get out of here before something else happens.
I'm grabbing the keystone. Third one down, more power for us.
As you take the third keystone, the chamber begins to cool, and the molten lava settles into stillness. The keystone pulses with fiery energy, resonating with the other two in your pack. The air is calm now, but you know the journey isn't over yet.
3 keystones down, but we still have more to find. Let's check the map again and see where we're headed next.
Looks like the next one's in an underground cavern guarded by a creature tied to earth magic. This is going to be a tough one.
It doesn't matter. We're getting every keystone, no matter what's guarding them. Let's head to the cavern.
With the third keystone in hand, you leave the fiery temple and begin your journey to the underground cavern, where the next challenge awaits. The path grows more difficult, and you can sense that the Guardians are becoming stronger as you get closer to your goal. But with 3 keystones and a growing sense of power, you press forward. The party has secured their third keystone, but their journey is far from over. With each new challenge, the Guardians become stronger, and the stakes grow higher. As they travel to the underground cavern, they prepare for their next battle and the greater evil that looms on the horizon. Alrighty, guys, let's take a 5-minute break before continuing.
Oh, good time for another round of burgers.
I gotta pee like it's no tomorrow.
I drank the whole tub of coffee, but I'll go after you, Barack.
Alrighty, guys, we're back. So with the third keystone now in your possession, the desert heat fades into the background as you begin the long trek toward the underground cavern, your next destination. The landscape changes as you travel. These desert sands give way to rocky hills, and soon you find yourselves standing before the entrance of a dark, looming cave. The air here is heavy, and the ground feels solid, almost unnaturally so, as if the very earth itself is watching. Okay, what's the plan as you approach?
We've dealt with fire, ice, and storms. This one's tied to earth, so expect it to hit hard and be tough to move. I'll use Divine Sense again to see if there's anything magical about this cavern before we head in.
Good idea. I'll check for physical traps around the entrance. Earth Guardians probably like to set up ambushes or cave-ins.
Look, it's another Guardian, another keystone, and another win for us. I'm just going to cast Detect Magic and go ahead. Let's get this done.
Obama, as you use Divine Sense, you feel a deep, powerful magic radiating from the earth itself. There's something ancient here, older than the other Guardians you faced. The cavern itself feels alive with a force that's more than just magic, it's primal.
This one's different. I can feel it. We should be cautious.
Okay, Joe, roll for investigation as you scout the entrance.
I roll the die. Let's see here, I got a 15.
You find several faint cracks in the rock around the entrance. These are signs of a potential cave-in. One wrong move could trigger a collapse. You also spot unusual markings on the walls, as if someone or something has been here recently.
Looks like the entrance is rigged to collapse if we're not careful. And someone's been through here before us. Keep your eyes open.
Whatever, Joe. I'm casting Detect Magic. Let's see what we're dealing with.
I roll the die, and according to it, you cast Detect Magic, and immediately the entire cavern lights up with magical energy. The walls, the floor, even the air itself is infused with earth magic. It's clear this place is one giant magical construct, and the power grows stronger the deeper you go.
I told you this was going to be big. Let's head in.
All right, but let's stay together. If the cave collapses, we're going to need to be quick to get out. Joe, lead the way, watch for any signs of a trap.
You carefully step into the cavern, the weight of the earth pressing down on you as you move deeper. The air is thick and still, and the only sound is the faint echo of your footsteps. After what feels like hours of winding through the narrow tunnels, you come to a massive chamber. In the center of the chamber, embedded in a pillar of solid stone, is the fourth keystone, glowing with a deep, earthy energy. But standing between you and the keystone is the Earth Guardian, a hulking figure made of solid rock and dirt, towering above you. Its glowing eyes lock onto you as it slowly raises a massive stone hammer. Okay, guys, roll for your initiative.
I roll the die. Yes, let's go. Got a 19.
I got a 17.
Damn, I got a 12. Always the last one in.
The Earth Guardian lets out a deep, rumbling growl, and the ground beneath your feet begins to shake as it lifts its hammer, preparing to strike. Okay, Donald, you're up first. What do you do?
I'm casting Lightning Bolt right at its chest. Let's crack that rock wide open.
I roll the die, and according to it, your lightning bolt streaks across the chamber and strikes the Earth Guardian in the chest. The electricity arcs through the cracks in its body, and you can see small chunks of rock falling away, but it's still standing strong.
Oh, not a problem. I'll hit it harder next time.
We need to slow this thing down. I'm casting Hold Person. Let's see if we can immobilize it.
I roll the die. According to it, you cast Hold Person, and for a brief moment, the Earth Guardian's movement's slow, but it shakes off the spell quickly, as if it's too strong to be held down by magic alone. It roars, sending another tremor through the ground.
Looks like brute force is the only way. Hey, Joe, hit it where it's weakest.
All right, I'm aiming for its joints. If we can weaken its legs, maybe we can topple it. I'll fire a shot with my bow.
I roll the die, and according to it, Joe, your arrow flies through the air and strikes the Guardian at the knee joint. It hits a vulnerable spot, and you can see the earth around the joint begin to crumble. The Guardian staggers slightly, but it's far from finished.
It's time to finish this. I cast Scorching Ray. Let's melt some rock.
I roll, and according to it, 3 rays of fire shoot from your hands, hitting the Guardian's chest, arm, and leg. The fire doesn't do as much damage as you'd hoped, but the Guardian's outer layer begins to weaken. The cracks spread further, and more chunks of rock fall away. But it's still holding together. The Earth Guardian raises its massive hammer and slams it into the ground. The impact sends a shockwave through the chamber, and the walls begin to shake. Okay, guys, roll your dexterity saving throws.
I got a 16 here.
I got 14.
Damn it, 10. These rolls are rigged.
All right, Obama and Joe manage to stay on their feet, but Donald, you're caught off guard and fall to the ground, taking 10 points of damage as the shockwave sends debris flying. The Guardian's hammer glows with a deep, earthy energy as it prepares to strike again.
We're wearing it down, but we need to finish this fast. I'm going in for a melee strike with Divine Smite. Let's crack that core.
I roll the die. According to it, you charge forward, sword glowing with radiant energy. Your blade strikes the Earth Guardian's chest, and the radiant energy surges through its body, widening the cracks. The Guardian stumbles, its movement slower and more labored.
I'll aim for the core this time. We've weakened it enough. One more hit should do it.
I roll, and according to it, Joe's arrow flies through the air and strikes the Earth Guardian directly in the chest, hitting the core that Obama exposed. The Guardian lets out a deep, rumbling roar as the cracks spread through its body, and with one final shudder, it crumbles to the ground, reduced to rubble. The chamber is silent once more, and the fourth keystone glows brightly above the pillar of stone.
Ha ha ha. I told you we'd win. I'm grabbing the keystone.
As Donald takes the fourth keystone, the earth around you settles, and the ground stops shaking. The keystone pulses with energy resonating with the others in your pack. You now have 4 of the keystones, but you know the final challenge is yet to come.
We're getting close, but there's still more to do. Let's check the scrolls and see where the final keystone is.
Looks like the last one is in a forgotten temple deep in the jungle. The scrolls say it's guarded by an ancient guardian of the wild, probably tied to nature magic. This one's going to be different.
Doesn't matter what it is, we'll get the last keystone and finish this.
With the fourth keystone in hand, you leave the cavern and begin your journey to the jungle, where the final keystone and the most dangerous guardian await. The air grows heavy with anticipation, and you can feel the ancient magic stirring as you get closer to your ultimate goal. So with the 4 keystones now in your possession, the journey to the final temple looms ahead. As you travel deeper into the jungle, the landscape changes once again. Lush, dense vegetation surrounds you, and the air is thick with humidity. See, the calls of unseen creatures echo through the trees, and the atmosphere feels alive with magic. The scrolls have led you to this forgotten place, where the final keystone and the most dangerous guardian await. Okay, guys, what's your plan as you approach the temple?
We've faced ice, fire, storms, and earth. If this guardian is tied to nature, it's going to be unpredictable. We need to be ready for anything: traps, wild creatures, maybe even illusions. I'll use Divine Sense again to see if I can pick up on any magical wards or protections.
I'll scout ahead and see if there's anything physical we need to worry about, animal tracks, hidden traps, that sort of thing. This jungle is thick, and we don't want to walk right into an ambush.
Same plan as always. We get in, grab the keystone, and take down the Guardian. We've done it 4 times already. I'm casting Detect Magic as usual, so we can see if anything magical is waiting for us.
Okay, Obama, as you use Divine Sense, you feel the presence of something ancient and powerful deep within the jungle. It's not malevolent, but it's definitely protective. Something is watching over this place, and it's not going to let you through without a fight.
There's something powerful here. It's not hostile, but it's definitely guarding the temple. We need to be careful. Let's not provoke it too early.
Okay, Joe, roll for investigation as you scout ahead.
I rolled a die. Nice, I got an 18. What do I find?
You move quietly through the thick underbrush, keeping an eye out for anything unusual. You spot several areas where the foliage seems too neatly arranged, likely signs of hidden traps or magical wards. You also notice animal tracks leading to and from the temple, as if creatures are being drawn to this place. The jungle itself seems to be part of the defense system.
This whole jungle is a trap. We've got magical wards hidden in the foliage, and the animals here are acting weird. Whatever's guarding this temple, it's using the jungle to its advantage.
I'll dispel any wards in our way. We've got to move fast.
As you approach the temple, you see that the entrance is overgrown with vines and moss, but faintly glowing runes can be seen through the greenery. These runes pulse with nature magic, and you can sense that the temple itself is alive in some way, much like the jungle around it.
Those runes look like another puzzle. I'll try to figure them out. There's probably a specific sequence we need to activate to get inside without triggering any defenses.
Let's not waste time. I'm casting Dispel Magic on the runes and clearing the way.
I rolled the die. Okay, Donald, according to it, your Dispel Magic works and the glowing runes flicker out. The vines part and the entrance to the temple slowly opens, but as the door opens, you hear a deep, low growl from the jungle behind you. The animals nearby begin to stir, and the ground trembles slightly as the Guardian awakens.
We've got company. Something's waking up, and I don't think it's happy with us.
The ground shakes more violently, and from the jungle, a massive creature emerges. A guardian made of roots, vines, and stone, its body covered in moss and flowers. Its eyes glow with an emerald light as it steps forward, each movement causing the jungle around you to respond. This is the final guardian. Okay, guys, roll for your initiative.
I roll the die. Yes, I got an 18. I'm going first again.
I got a 14.
I got 11. I'll hang back for now.
The nature guardian towers over you, its massive form blending seamlessly with the jungle. The vines and roots around you seem to move at its command, ready to strike. Okay, Donald, you're up first. What do you do?
I'm casting Lightning Bolt at the core. Let's see how well nature handles electricity.
I roll, and according to it, your lightning bolt shoots forward, striking the guardian in the chest. The electricity crackles through the vines and roots, and the guardian lets out a deep, rumbling growl. You've heard it, but the vines quickly regenerate, and it seems to shake off some of the damage.
Seriously? Fine, I'll hit it harder next time.
We need to slow it down. I'm casting Hold Monster to try and immobilize it. Maybe we can keep it from regenerating so quickly.
You cast Hold Monster, and for a moment, the guardian's movements slow. The vines and roots stop writhing, and the jungle falls silent. You've successfully immobilized it, for now.
Nice one, Barack. I'll take advantage of that. I'm going for the joints with my bow. Let's weaken it while it's held in place.
I roll, and according to it, Joe's arrow flies through the air, hitting the guardian at the joint where its arm connects to its body. The impact sends a shockwave through the vines, and you can see cracks forming in the roots. The guardian roars in frustration, but it's still immobilized.
It's still standing? Fine, I'm casting Magic Missile. 3 direct hits to finish it off.
I roll. Your magic missiles strike the guardian in quick succession, hitting its chest, shoulder, and leg. The vines and roots shudder, and the guardian lets out another roar, but it's still regenerating, pulling energy from the jungle around it. You can tell it's weakening, but it's not done yet.
It's regenerating too quickly. We need to cut it off from the jungle's power. I'll go in for a melee strike with Divine Smite. If we can sever its connection to the ground, it might stop healing.
I roll, and according to it, your sword glows with radiant energy as you strike at the guardian's roots. The Divine Smite sends a surge of holy energy through the vines, and the roots connected to the ground snap, severing its connection to the jungle. The guardian stumbles, its regeneration slowing.
Great. I'll aim for the exposed area now. One more hit should do it.
I roll the die. According to it, Joe's arrow strikes the guardian's exposed core, and with that final hit, the guardian lets out a deafening roar. The vines and roots around it wither, and the massive creature crumbles into a pile of stone and moss. The jungle falls silent once more, and the 5th and final keystone floats gently down from the altar.
I told you we'd win. I'm grabbing the keystone. Time to end this.
As Donald takes the final keystone, the air around you feels lighter, and the jungle seems to relax. The 5 keystones in your possession pulse with energy, resonating together. You know that the final step of your journey is approaching.
We've done it. 5 keystones. But now we need to figure out where to take them. The scrolls mentioned a place of convergence where all the energies come together.
It looks like it's in the heart of the world, a place called the Nexus. It's a dangerous place filled with ancient magic. We're going to have to be ready for anything.
I'm ready. We've got all the power we need. Let's head to the Nexus and finish this.
With the 5 keystones in hand, you leave the jungle and begin your final journey. To the Nexus, the place where all the ancient magic converges and where you'll face the greatest challenge of all. The end game is near, and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. The party has collected all 5 keystones, but the final battle is approaching. Their journey to the Nexus will test their strength, resolve, and teamwork like never before as they prepare to confront the ancient evil they've been trying to stop. Okay, guys, let's take one more break before finishing.
Let's go, guys. We're getting close.
The hype is real, that's for sure.
All right, guys, I got a piss the size of Niagara Falls.
So it's the size of your mom?
Oh, quit with that, Don. Okay, gotta go.
All right, guys, welcome back. With all 5 keystones in your possession, you begin your final journey to the Nexus, a place where ancient magic converges and where you'll face the ultimate challenge. The path is treacherous, taking you through forgotten ruins, desolate landscapes, and magical distortions that warp the world around you. As you approach the Nexus, the air hums with energy, and the keystones in your pack pulse more intensely, as if they can sense that their purpose is near. Okay, guys, what's your plan as you approach?
This is boys, we've gathered all 5 keystones, but we need to figure out how to use them to stop the ancient evil before it rises. I'll study the scrolls again. Maybe there's something we missed about how to activate the keystones when we reach the Nexus.
Good idea. I'll keep an eye out. The Nexus is bound to be heavily guarded, or at least filled with traps or magical defenses. There's no way we're walking into this unchallenged.
Forget the traps. I've got the power. I'll use detect magic to see if we can spot anything hidden. But once we're there, I'm using the keystones myself. Let's end this once and for all.
As you get closer to the Nexus, the landscape begins to shift. The air crackles with raw energy, and the ground feels unstable, as if reality itself is warping around the convergence of magic. Barak, as you study the scrolls, you find a passage detailing the keystones' use. And it speaks of a ritual that requires perfect timing. If the keystones are not activated in the right order, the seal won't hold, and the ancient evil will rise.
Looks like there's more to this than just placing the keystones. We have to activate to make them in the right order as a ritual tied to the elements they represent. We'll need to be precise.
Of course, it's complicated. All right, let's figure out the order. Earth, fire, water, air, which one comes first?
We don't have time for guesswork. I'm using detect magic to find the center of the Nexus. I'll handle the keystones once we're there.
Okay, Donald, you cast detect magic, and the entire area lights up with energy. The Nexus is a swirling vortex of magical power. In the center of it all, you see an ancient platform. This is where the keystones need to be placed. As you approach the platform, you can feel the ground shaking. Something is stirring beneath the surface. The ancient evil is trying to break free.
This is it. Let's place the keystones in the right order. I think it starts with Earth Foundation first, then we move through the other elements.
I'll keep watch. Something's going to happen when we start the ritual. If this ancient evil wakes up, we're going to need to defend ourselves.
All right, I'll place the Earth keystone first. Let's do this.
Okay, as Donald places the Earth keystone on the platform, the ground rumbles and the stone glows with a deep, earthy light. The energy stabilizes the platform, but you can feel the magic building, waiting for the next keystone. What's next?
Water should be next. Let's follow the natural order. Water flows after Earth.
I'm placing the water keystone. Get ready for whatever happens next.
Okay, Donald, you place the water keystone, and the light changes to a shimmering blue swirling around the platform. The air grows damp, and the energy pulses again, growing stronger. But as the second keystone is activated, a crack forms in the ground nearby, and a shadowy figure begins to rise. The ancient evil is trying to break through the seal. Okay, guys, what do you do?
I knew something like this would happen. I'll fire a shot at that shadow, keep it from fully emerging.
I roll the die, and according to it, your arrow flies through the air, striking the shadowy figure. It staggers back, but it's still growing, slowly taking shape. The seal is weakening, but you bought some time.
Fire keystone next. Let's keep the ritual going. I'll place it.
Okay, Barak, you place the fire keystone, and the energy around the platform flares into a fiery red, the heat becoming intense as the magic builds. The seal is holding for now, but the shadowy figure is growing larger, its shape becoming more distinct. You're running out of time.
No more waiting. I'm placing the air keystone. Let's finish this.
It's okay, Donald, you place the air keystone, and the energy around the platform changes again, swirling with wind and light. The vortex of magic reaches its peak, and the platform begins to glow with all 4 elements combined. Only one keystone remains. The final keystone of spirit, which ties them all together. But before you can place it, the shadowy figure fully emerges. A massive ancient creature, its form shifting and writhing with dark energy. It roars, shaking the entire Nexus. Okay, guys, roll for your initiative.
I rolled the die. Oh, hell yeah, a natural 20. I'm taking the first shot, baby.
I got a 14.
I got 12. Here we go again.
The ancient creature looms before you, its form unstable, shifting between shadow and substance. The seal is weakening, but you can still finish the ritual if you can hold the creature off long enough. Okay, Donald, you're up first. What do you do?
I'm casting Scorching Ray. Let's burn this thing down before it breaks through.
I roll the die, and according to it, your Scorching Ray hits the creature, but the flames pass through its shadowy form, doing only minimal damage. The creature roars in response, its eyes glowing with dark energy.
What the hell? It's immune to fire? Fine, I'll hit it with something else next.
We need to buy more time. I'm casting Shield of Faith on Joe. Keep him safe while he fires from a distance.
Thanks, Barak. I'll aim for its core. Let's see if we can weaken it enough to finish the ritual.
Weaken, Joe? Come on, you can stay up. Don't tell me that tub of coffee is weak.
I roll, and according to it, Joe's arrow flies through the air, hitting the creature in the chest. The impact seems to disrupt its form, and the shadowy mass flickers for a moment, giving you a brief opening.
This bitch isn't going down easy. I'm casting lightning bolt. Maybe electricity will do the trick.
I roll the die, and according to it, your lightning bolt strikes the creature, sending arcs of electricity through its body. The creature roars in pain as the lightning disrupts its form, but it's still standing, its dark energy swirling around it.
We're running out of time. I'll place the final keystone, the spirit keystone, and finish the ritual. Joe Donald, keep the creature busy while I do this.
You got it. I'll keep firing at it.
As Barack moves to place the final keystone, the creature lets out a furious roar and lunges forward. Donald and Joe, roll your dexterity saving throws to dodge its attack.
I roll. I got an 18.
I got a 16.
Both of you dodge out of the way just in time, narrowly avoiding the creature's massive claw. Barack, you place the spirit keystone on the platform, and the entire nexus erupts with energy. The 5 keystones glow brightly, and the platform hums with power as the ritual completes. The ancient creature lets out a final, deafening roar as its form is pulled back into the seal, the dark energy dissipating into the air. The ground shakes, and then silence.
Holy cow, we actually did it. The seal is restored.
Oh man, that was close. But it's over now, right?
Oh, yeah, of course it's over. We won like I said we would. I told you all along we'd handle it.
And here the nexus falls quiet, and the air feels lighter as the ancient magic settles. The keystones dim, their power spent, but the seal holds. The ancient evil has been contained once again, thanks to your efforts. The final battle is over, and the ancient evil has been stopped. The party's journey has come to an end, but the bonds they've formed and the victories they've achieved will be remembered for ages to come. And with that, gentlemen, the campaign has come to an end.
Holy hell, it's over now?
That's right, Joe. This epic chapter has come to an end.
Oh man, this has been a fun journey. Thank you, Ben, for being our dungeon master.
No problem. It's been an honor to play D&D with you guys. I hope that in the near future we can start another campaign. And until then, I hope you learn a thing or two.
Well, guys, it's getting late. We better head home.
Ain't no way you guys are leaving. The party's just got started. I got rooms for your stay.
You never cease to surprise me, Don.
And let's begin by crashing on the couch and watch some Netflix.
Oh hell yeah, let's watch some funny movies or something. Kamala can take over while I'm here.
Oh, goodness gracious, Joe. You know Kamala and her buddies are always in charge, but soon the American people will have me back in office and I will make America great again.
Well, Donald, we'll see how it plays out on Election Day.
But no matter what happens, guys, I hope I can play many more games and hang out with you all.
Thank you guys for watching this lengthy video. If you want to watch God tier videos like this, be sure to subscribe and leave a like for my homeboy Bathagrook.